Okay, you guys, today's subject is going to be really hard for some of us, but I wanted to talk to you about what it means to open up and be vulnerable. That is really not something that can be what we would define as fun. A lot of times we're in a position where we've been through something that's caused us any type of pain, hurt, being uncomfortable. It's not really like something that's easy for us to open up and share with. But the reason why I'm encouraging guys to do that is because I feel like going through that is all part of a journey, right? It's a part of a process. When we're about to go in it, we kind of don't know what's about to go down. When we're going through it, sometimes it's like so intense. You may have had a really massive situation, occur in your life where you could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. You couldn't process at the time what the purpose for going through that, may have been. But a lot of times after we go through it, you get that sense of relief. Some of you may still have that feeling that lingers. Some of you have been through some pretty traumatic experiences where it sort of left you scarred, so to speak. I can not even imagine, what the different walks are that you guys have been going through. It's definitely scary for sure. If you're a person like me who's more introverted than extroverted, I'm sure you're listening to me talk right now and you're probably thinking like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be talking to anybody about any of my problems. Like I said, it's easier said than done. But I found personally that along my journey, allowing myself to open up to people has helped me meet some pretty awesome people. And I don't think if I hadn't stepped out in faith and it had that little mustard seed, grain worth of courage to open myself up, I would not have had the opportunity to experience some of the amazing outings and relationships that I have thus far. And so that's why I'm encouraging you to do so, even though it's easier said than done. Some of you may not know where to even begin to find your tribe or your squad. I totally get that. That's something that you can pray over for God to bring the right people, for such a season into your life, especially those who can lift you up and encourage you if you are still going through that hurt or that hang up. More times than not, those people that God brings into your life for that season, sometimes they turn out to be lifelong friends. Sometimes, again, they're only just, for a season, but that's like above and beyond, what we can comprehend, right? We can't see around the corner. And God wants us to sort of like be in the moment now. And so I just want to propose that question to you. Do you have a squad? Do you have a tribe? Do you have a group of women or a support group, that can lift you up when you are going through something? And with that being said, in today's topic, being vulnerable and opening yourself up to people, even though it's mad scary, can be super beneficial. And with any walk or journey that you go through in life, you certainly don't want to go through it alone if you can help it. I mean, ultimately, God is our healer, right? And He's our go-to. He is a miracle worker. He is our strength. He is our refuge in our time of trouble. But I do believe that, He did put people on this earth and for the purpose of coming together for fellowship and experiencing that love, that God put in our hearts to share. And so while it's super scary to put yourself out there, just pray over that. I encourage you to do that. And I believe and I'm confident that when you take that leap of faith and you put yourself out there, especially if you have that desire in your heart, to make a new friend or, find that group that you feel like you belong or you fit in. I do believe and I am confident, that God does answer the desires of our heart. And if this is something that touches home for you and you're wanting to fellowship and connect with other people, I do believe that it does take some sort of risk, right? Risk in putting yourself out there and opening yourself up enough to take that step and actually put yourself out there long enough to be able to connect with somebody. It may seem like nobody else can understand what you're going through, or they wouldn't possibly be able to connect with you if they knew about your past or your present even. But don't believe those lies. We are all human. We were born into sin. Everybody's made mistakes. Everybody has a past, I believe, to some degree. And more times than not, you'd be surprised at the number of people who can relate to you to some degree. And so I just encourage you to pray over that, seek to find your tribe. And if you're in the Southern Maryland area and you're able to come out to Life Point Church, we have an amazing sisterhood program for you women out there. The men have an awesome ministry too called Man Up. They have other programs such as Celebrate Recovery. So check it out online. Some awesome programs if you're looking to connect and fellowship. And hopefully I'll see you one day there. All right, bye.